loves, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mandy, your life cheerleader, and if you're watching this, I'm praying that something amazing happens for you today, even if it's just a shift from this video. Now, in today's episode, I'm so excited. I'm sharing 8 ways on how to feel better instantly. Now, one of the top questions I get asked online and off is, how are you so happy? And or some variation of, are you always this positive? And quite honestly, I don't feel like it's that I'm the happiest woman alive, although sometimes people might think that. It's that I've learned how to shift my emotions when they are the opposite of happy or, other than happy, in the most holistic, healthy way and in the fastest way possible. I truly believe that one of the reasons why people feel so down is not because they're feeling that emotion, it's that they don't know how to not dwell on that feeling for a long period of time. So over time, they just kind of stay in that negative and or kind of low emotion. And I think it's so important, especially in today's day and age with all the things we have going on in the world, how to regulate your nervous system and how to shift into a healthier, happier, higher state. Now, before I get into my 8 tips, I just want to give a loving shout out of thanks to today's video sponsor, Magic Mind. I'll be getting into them a little bit later, so let's dive into today's topic. So tip number 1 for shifting out of a negative emotion into a positive one is anger. Anger is something that, quite honestly, it's not one that I have dealt with a lot. It's not my go-to when I get upset in situations or feel triggered. But when you're angry, one of the top ways that you can shift that is by singing. And it's funny because of what I just said, not being quote unquote a person who I would consider an angry person or someone who kind of has an anger issues per se, and no shade. This whole episode, I just want you to know there's no judges, no shade on any of these. They don't make you a less than person for feeling any of these. All of us have felt these at some point. But as someone who is a natural born singer, I have been singing my whole life, and I never realized, I feel like now knowing that singing can help combat the feeling of anger inside of you, it makes sense as to why I have never been a really angry person, because my vocal cords have been always constantly allowing me to release anything that's pent up inside of me. So when you're feeling angry, the easy way to stop feeling that emotion is to sing. The next one is one that I know we've all felt at some point, feeling burnt out. When you're feeling burnt out, a really easy way to shift out of that is to go for a walk. I have sworn, even on social media I've shared, I feel like one of life's greatest hacks is outdoor walking. And the reason why is because I go for daily walks. I always call them my little hot girl walks, and they honestly make you feel so much happier. They're like therapy, and it's free and it's accessible pretty much anywhere in the world. And if you can't get outside, even walking in your home or on a treadmill can do wonders for your spirit. So when you're feeling burnt out, try going for a walk. All right, next up we have overthinking. I am so guilty of this one. It's not even funny. Now, one beautiful way to combat overthinking is to write. And I can't tell you, it's almost embarrassing how many journals I have gone through in my lifetime. But I understand now why. Because my mind is hyperactive. I have a lot of analyzation always going on up here. And so I naturally always gravitated towards writing. Highly recommend anyone go and grab yourself. You can go to the dollar store and get a journal for $1 nowadays, and you can start writing your thoughts out. If you're someone who tends to write, I would even suggest, looking up some journal prompts, things that are going to help you to release those pent up emotions inside, but they can really help you to clear your mind. I always say head to the heart, heart to the hand, hand to the paper. And, that therapeutic process can really help you if you have an overactive mind. Now, I know the next one is a very, very common feeling that we've all had come up for us. Some of us even, resonate with feeling that often, which is anxiety. When you're feeling anxious, one of the best natural ways to stop feeling that emotion or that feeling, that sensation in your body is breath work. Now, you can do straight breath work just by breathing, like so. You can do it through yoga. You could do it through meditation. There's so many ways nowadays that you can practice this ancient, beautiful art. And one of the other things I would say when it comes to breath work, because so much is going on in our bodies when we start to actually breathe properly, a few tips I would say is it's much healthier to just breathe through your nose versus mouth breathing. There's been a number of studies that have shown that. You can go and research that if you'd like on your own. Other than that, I would also suggest sleep tape at night. I do have a brand that I prefer. I can put it in the video description, but taping your mouth at night helps you to train yourself to breathe through your nose more often, and that can also help you to become less anxious. All right, of all the tips, this might be the most favorite of mine, which is when you're feeling stressed, which all of us feel stressed, one of the best natural ways to release that pent-up energy is through exercise. Movement and physical activity is what we were born to do. We were not born to be sitting all day. I feel almost, the irony is I'm sitting doing this video right now, but when I'm not filming or documenting my life for you loves, I love movement. Y'all know from my social media, I'm always on the go. I'm always moving. I'm always, working up a sweat or stretching or doing something, because movement in itself can help us to release traumatic energy in our body, stressful energy in our body. You have your endorphins physiologically going on, so you're getting the feel-good hormones running through your body. You're literally releasing. When you move or shake your body, you're literally letting go of energy. So exercise is probably one of the top nervous system regulators / happy producing hormone things that I turn to when I'm really stressed. I should mention also, I'm hypersensitive, so I have used all of these techniques and I have proven that they all work. The next one almost makes me want to cry, but it's something that I started doing daily and it really honestly works. When you're feeling sad, and I know a lot of us, especially our hypersensitive souls like myself, when we're feeling sadness, one of the best natural ways to combat that feeling is to practice gratitude. It's almost impossible to stay sad when you start to think of all the blessings in your life. And I often say as well, if you're someone who feels like you never are able to attract or manifest a lot in your life, start by being grateful for the blessings that are already existing. Attitude of gratitude, I will swear by. I have seen such a dramatic impact of positivity in my life. I'm such a happier person now that I practice gratitude daily. I have a gratitude journal where I literally sit in the morning and I write 15 different things, if not more sometimes. I sometimes keep going because I just have so many blessings that I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful for this and this and this and this. There are so many blessings in life to be grateful for, and it's very difficult to feel sad or low or down, to stay in that state when you're actually thinking of all the goodness and the beauty that exists in your life and are grateful for it. All right, I know a lot of people who swear by this one. When you're feeling lazy, one of the most natural, wonderful ways to snap out of that lazy or unmotivation is by taking a cold shower. There have been so many studies proven, and I know for myself, when I take cold showers, it literally invigorates you and makes you feel alive. It's like you want to jump and go and do something else. So when you're feeling lazy, you can take a cold shower. So last, but certainly not least, is the feeling of impatience. Impatience is I'd say almost one of the most frustrating energies. Back in journalism school, our professors used to say, hurry up and wait. And it was because oftentimes when you're covering a story or, you know, a situation in the media, you have to kind of hurry up to the scene, and then you have to wait. You have to wait to get the information, wait to interview people, wait. So you really have to start planting that seed of patience within yourself. But a really beautiful, natural way to shift yourself out of impatience is to focus on the progress that you've already made. It's near to impossible to stay feeling impatient when you actually start to look at all the progress you've made throughout your life. Especially when you are, for example, let's say you're working towards a goal and you're starting to get that kind of antsy, frustrated feeling start to come up, it's really beneficial, and I feel like it helps you to practice appreciation for how far you've come that sometimes we can take for granted. And when you start to shift into that mode, it will be a lot easier to not feel that impatience any longer. So a few other ways that I like to feel better instantly are by saying positive affirmations to myself and doing meditations. I have a number of both on my channel that you can tune into, and different playlists for that. I love deep stretching and yoga. One of the reasons why I love stretching in particular is because with all the movement, all the twists and turns of the spine, and especially the upper spine, is when you do that to your body, when you're stretching and you're cracking your body and things like that, you are releasing so much energy. And a lot of times it can be stored up trauma in the body. You will automatically feel better. And it's one of those things, even if I stretch for a few minutes, I always feel better. So definitely deep stretching. I'm going to swear by this one. Some of y'all may laugh out there, but I swear everything feels better after a nap, even if it's a short cat nap. So sometimes I like to just, if I'm really not feeling my best, I'll just take even if it's like a 15-minute little snooze. And say you're at work and you can't obviously nap or something like that, even if you rest your eyes for a few moments, just go within, maybe do some deep breathing. It's kind of like a mini, I guess you can call it kind of a mini, you're still awake, but let's say it's like kind of a mini nap. You can do that and practice that on your own as well, just closing your eyes and taking some deep breaths. I would say just tuning into myself. Like if I'm not in the best state, usually moving my body and or really tuning in, and like even asking my, highest self, like, what do I need in this moment? Or sometimes even talking to my inner child. I'm like, okay, Amanda, what do you need right now? Like just place your hand on your heart and really just talk to yourself. Ask yourself what you need. Those can also be other ways to feel better instantly. And as a bonus, I guess my last bonus for y'all, one of my favorite ways to feel better instantly, and this is a really easy one you could do at work, at home, when you're out even, is to have a hot beverage. I think there's something so soothing about making yourself, or even if you're out, you can always get yourself one as well, but having a beverage that you really love. Y'all know I love my teas. I have my own tea line, Positivities. But one of my favorite ways to do this is by having a matcha latte. I feel like it's such a rich, beautiful beverage that really warms my heart and soul. So I wanted to leave you guys with one of my favorite matcha latte recipes. So my favorite way to make a matcha latte is I start out by using one of my little Magic Mind drinks. I love these drinks not only because they're made with matcha, but they also are made with a number of other ingredients that help with mental wellness, including adaptogenic herbs such as ashwagandha. Love that. So less stress. Yay. So you're just going to take matcha, or in this case, if you guys want to join me with Magic Mind, I'll put a link in the video description below. I have some almond milk here. Now this one is the original, but I did add a little bit of vanilla to it. And then you just boil some hot water. So I just added my Magic Mind to my cup, and I'm just going to pour my hot water in now. Just like that. I added my almond milk, and I just go in and blend it a little bit with my frother. Oh, just like so. I feel like having a hot baby is one of my favorite ways to feel better instantly. Mm. I just love feeling it going down my throat into my chest, and it just warms my whole spirit up. I love it. All right, my loves, I hope you gained something from this episode. I hope you're already feeling instantly happy from tuning in. If y'all want to connect with me on social media, it's at Mandy J. Ross. And if you are still watching, you obviously enjoyed it. So if you would do me the kind honor of liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel, it would mean the absolute world to me. I, as always, would love to hear your feedback, whether you gained some insights from this episode, if you enjoyed the techniques, and or what else you would love for me to feature on the channel, because I do appreciate each and every one of you who does take the time to comment below. And I will put again the link to Magic Mind, today's video sponsor, in the video description if you want to order from them. They're an amazing, amazing brand doing incredible things in the world with health and wellness. And as always, my loves, I am wishing you a peaceful and blessed and beautiful day out there.